Should India have its own conservatives, liberals, libertarians? Why do we need to copy the US? Why do we have to ape everything the West does? So, because the West has a right wing and a left wing and a center wing, why should we also have it? Why don't we have our own system? Right? We had our own system. So, look, I'll tell you historically what we had. Historically, going back to the Vedic age, we only had, so even in the Vedic age, see, we are told that we had Hinduism, and then Jainism and Buddhism and Sikhism and whatever other isms came as different religions. The truth is that during the Vedic age, you had lots of different traditions in India, lots of different traditions, lots of different gods, goddesses, which were not originally Vedic. But after the victory in the Battle of the Ten Kings, everything was brought together into one single tradition. And that was the Vedic system. All gods were welcome. You may have your own local village god or goddess, you may have your mountain spirits. We're going to welcome them all into the Vedic system. So that's what was done several thousand years ago. And then, because India was a very pluralistic, diverse society, lots of different philosophical schools of thought emerged. Nyaya, Mimamsa, Vedanta, Sankhya, Yoga, Charvaka, all of these. They are very, very different schools of thought with very different worldviews. Each of these represents a certain model of the universe and its workings, right? And for example, Charvaka is pure materialism. There are certain schools of thought that don't believe in the existence of God. There are some schools of thought that believe in the existence of a supreme God. Some believe in the existence of the immortal soul. Some don't. So we had our own super pluralistic system, which was then smashed by the Abrahamics. And the past 1,000 years, the Indian society and system was not allowed to function the way it does. So all of this Abrahamic superimposition happened in the past 1,000 or so years. And now, because we are so mentally brainwashed and colonized, that's why we want to ape everything the West does. The Western system is a very crude, inferior system. It's binary. It's a binary system: good versus bad, black versus white, yeah, that sort of thing, left versus right. And sometimes to portray that they're not binary, they put us centerist. So it's like conservatives, liberals, libertarians, which are different flavors of the same left and right thing. Why do we need that? We need to go back to our civilizational system, which will take time. Maybe it'll take a couple of centuries, but that's what needs to happen. What's the point of us adopting inferior systems? So I am these are inferior systems, what the Americans have, the West has. The thing is that when someone is super wealthy and powerful, everyone thinks they are the best and we want to ape them. And that's the mindset Indians have today. That's why India also wants to have our right wing and our left wing and that sort of thing. I don't think we need to have that. We need to have our own system, our own civilizational system.